Hey, good afternoon and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to dive into a client, well, not even an actual client, someone who reached out to me and wanted me to go over their franchise statements for them because they were having some issues with reading the uh, deductions and I guess the uh, breaking down the statement for them. So today we're going to dive into their franchise statement. It seems as if they're just getting started with JanPro, and so we want to go over their franchise statement. So every month you have to submit a activity report showing your activity for the month in order for them to build a client. So at the end of that, once the client pays, JanPro actually sends you a franchise statements of the pay and all the deductions that were broken down. So it seems as if they just got started with the business back in August, and we're looking at their franchise statements. Seemed like they were billing $493.55, and it's just basic deductions. Of course, you have your royalty fee of $49.36, which that's the JanPro royalties. Typically, it's about 10%. Then you have your support fee, which that goes to JanPro and them having to support you and go put out fires or anything like that in order to support your business. Then you have the national account fee, which is only 1% charge to you. And you have your business protection plan. The business protection plan protects you if anything should go wrong with the client. So it protects your business. And then they use a software called JanHub. In our area, we're not charged the JanHub fee, but in their area, they're charged $15 a month for the usage of JanHub. And then it seems as if they financed their first contract. So their first contract was let's see, they have a principal note where they're paying 47.86, and a note, the interest on that note for financing it at $16.67. So altogether, they have two, seems as if they have two clients, and the clients are one's paying out billing $225 a month, and one's billing $406 a month. So it looks as if they haven't even they didn't do a full month. They started, I guess, a week into the month. So when they actually do a complete month of service, they'll be actually billing the client $631 per month. So by them starting probably like the first week or the second week of the month, they had a short check, which is $493.55. Um, so they're financing. So they must have came in at the FP5. It seems as if they came in at the FP5, and JanPro actually gave them $600 worth of business versus the $400 worth of business. Um, so they're having to finance the remaining balance, which it seems as if they must have put $900 down on the business, I'm assuming. I haven't talked to the clients. I tried to do a Zoom with them. And maybe we can come back and do a Zoom with the client and get the actual facts. But this is just me guesstimating at what took place, because I see that they owe a balance of $2,000. And they've already started taking the principal and the interest out, which is $64.53 per month. And they seems as if they financed it for 36 months. Now, what I try to tell everybody, if you start with JanPro and you come in at the FP5, try your best not to finance that FP5 package. Try to pay it outright, because it seems as if they're getting charged or for 36 months, financing this for 36 months, because it says It says one of 30. It says one of 36. So they have 3 years to pay on this note of $2,000, which if what I would do if I was running this business, I would not extend this out for 36 months because you're getting interest. You're having to pay interest on this. So I would figure out a way to where I could lower my costs, because if you gave them $100 extra a month, then you could get this paid off in roughly maybe 1 year and 8 months, or 18 months for this. But I would not carry this note for 3 years. It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense to carry this note for 3 years on a $2,000 loan. And roughly what I try to teach my clients is not to carry a note on an FP5 plan. It's $2,500. You could put this on a credit card and pay your credit card off, and in less amount of time, plus it will be less fees. So I would not carry a note on $2,000. I mean, not for 36 months anyway. So that's what I teach my clients, not to carry the note on the FP5 plan. Now on those larger contracts, it's okay to carry the note because you have meat on the bones where you could pay the note plus pay yourself, or pay your team to do it and still recoup some money. But it seems as if they're just getting started and they just had the initial down payment of $900 to get started, and they're carrying some carrying costs with the note. But it's basic. Once they pay this note off, they'll have an additional 60, 47, they'll have an additional 64.53 that will go back to them, and they will actually earn about almost $400 in business per month off of $600. So it seems good. The contract seems pretty good. I don't know how many days a week this is. Well, I do. I will say this. One of these is 1 day a week. And the other contract that they have, because they look like they split it up into 2 different contracts. One's once a week, and one contract is a 2-day a week contract, it seems. I'm not for sure. I haven't talked to the client. Hopefully they'll see this video and they can reach out to me so we can set up a Zoom call. We can go over this again. Now here's my thoughts about this contract. Although it seems like it's their first contract, it's not the best contract. You're working 3 days a week to receive $631. So it's not the best contract. It's not the ideal contract that you want to enter into. Most contracts for a $631 contract is a once a week clean. So it's not the ideal contract, and it's 2 different facilities that I got to travel to. So it's not the ideal contract for $631, but they're just getting started. So they're just getting their feet wet. I probably would have declined these myself, but they're just getting started, and I understand that you want to receive some contracts under your belt when you're just getting started. Or I would have just took one of the contracts out of the 2. But when you're accepting these contracts from JanPro will flood you with contracts because they need people to clean for them. That's how they make their money. They make their money through contracts. It's up to you to read these contracts and make sure that it financially fits your goals. So you got to make sure that you're picking and choosing the right contract for you. And that has to make sense financially. So I can't be there to tell you financially does it make sense for you, because I don't know your situation. But make sure that it fits your goals when you're taking these contracts from JanPro, because they're going to offer you some good, some bad, some terrible. They're just going out getting contracts. There's their job. Their job is to go out and get contracts, to provide you guys with contracts. It's your job to sift through all the garbage that may be coming across your table to find the ones that have meat on the bones that's going to help your business be successful. At the end of the day, I want you guys to attack this business as if, would you accept anything? Don't accept anything, because at the end of the day, you're going to have a lot of heartaches. You're going to have a lot of tears, and you're going to end up quitting because you, as a franchise or business owner, are accepting lousy contracts. Do not accept the lousy contracts. There are other people that can do this for you, that can clean these contracts, that or accept these contracts other than yourself. But don't you be the one to accept the lousy contract. Do your numbers. Make sure your numbers work for you. So it seems as if they're actually profiting $302 off of this contract, which in the scheme of things is pretty good for a $600 contract, but it's not the best. It's not the best. So like I said, just make sure that you're being aware of your numbers. Make sure you're being mindful of the numbers, and hopefully this helps you guys in breaking down the activity report or the end of the month statement, billing statement. The billing statement looks good. It looks like they're paying about 22% in the business, so it looks good. Other than the financing of the $64.53 on the initial contract. So going forward, you guys that are getting started with JanPro, if you can help it, do not finance that FP5 contract. Do not finance that, even if you put a down payment down of $900 and put the remainder on a credit card. You will come out better, because you could pay that credit card off faster than you would probably be stuck in paying JanPro for 3 years on this $2,000. So it really doesn't make any sense to me. I try to pay these small contracts off in full in order for me to grow and see cash flow. So going forward, you guys take your time, review these contracts, make sure that they make financial sense to you. And the small contracts like this, under $1,000, you want to make sure that you're working, a $600 contract. In my eyes, you should just be working 1 to 2 days a week, not 3. So, hey, I just wanted to stop in and share this and go over this contract, go over this billing statement for them. Hopefully, if you guys see this, that email me. If you guys see this, reach out to me so we can jump on Zoom so we can go over it again and answer, so I can answer some of the questions that you may have. But I just want to stop in and share this. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later.